here and you guys are here. That's all that matters right now. So guys, just a quick recap of Macau. You know, it was a great event. You've seen some of the videos I just shared today. I posted today. Launching of the marketing system, the launching of the HPSI Pro, and also the master platform, which is huge, huge, huge. A lot of people are asking me, well, Justin, how does this HPSI Pro bot work? And you know, there's a trick to it, but it's simple. All right. And people, for those of you who don't know about the drop percentages and the activated coins, if you have been messing around with it, that's fine. You can choose the company, the corporate strategy as well. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, how comes my status is still waiting for the drop? But I'm going to start from the beginning. I'll go through each bot. I'll share my screen and I'll break it down for all of you guys to help you understand a little more. I talked to the programmers last night. They're making some adjustments on, you know, I caught some things in the master platform as I was paper trading. And, you know, I put in for 1 Bitcoin, and then for the initial investment for the bot, I put in 1 full Bitcoin as a demo paper trade. And for each individual trade, I had 0.05, which is around $400. And the bot went out and got 61 trades at $400, which is, you know, way more than what 1 Bitcoin was worth. So, you know, they're making some adjustments, and this is why, you know, we have the paper trading and, you know, so we can practice it, use it, and get our strategies down, is just to get the feel of to see how it works. And guys, it's literally going to be fire. What we're also going to be doing is we're going to be adding traders' strategies to the master platform, where we're going to be able to, each of us, customize our own strategy by entering and submitting our own indicators to corporate, where we'll have our own strategy, and everything's going to be on a database, a dashboard, where for people that don't want to learn how to trade or really care about what an indicator is, they'll be able to see each of us who is using the software, who is using the master platform. They'll be able to see our results from our strategy, and they'll be able to follow us. And once they follow us, they're going to automatically have our indicators, that specific trader strategy programmed right into their bot with a click of a button, which is going to be huge as well. So I'm going to break it all down for you guys, and at the end, I'll open up for questions to see if you guys have any questions. Sound good? Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Yeah, we're excited, JP. Let's rock this, bro.
Yeah. Let me come in here and share my screen quick. Share. Okay, so when you log into your, I think this is my right account. Might be my wife's account, but anyway. So when you log into your back office in the customer platform, all right, on the right-hand side, you're going to see over here, it's going to be Trading Center or Trading Beta. All right, here's where you're going to click on Trading. Wow, Bitcoin dropped 7745. Wow. Trading Beta, you're going to click this orange button, okay, which is going to take you over to the new platform where the HPSI Pro and our master platform bots are at. Okay, so when you get in here, let me see, we got some questions. Scott, you want to take care of the questions as I'm rocking? Is the company strategy suitable for both bear and bull markets? I'm going to break it down, Liz, of what the HPSI Pro does, okay, and how it works. Now, for the bear and bull markets, you know, is basically more for the master platform, where, you know, my indicators, I mean, I just submitted mine to corporate, where I can win in a bear and bull market from my customized indicators, because I'm telling the bot what to do and how to do it. So I'll get to that once I go through here, Liz, but you guys can pop the questions in here, and Scott will check them and as we go along here. So when you come over here, the first bot you're going to see is the HPSI Pro. All right, you're going to see live, you're going to see paper trade. Many people don't know what paper trade is, so I'm going to actually have corporate changing the name of paper trading to demo trading, because a lot of people don't know what paper trading is. So it's just basically you come in there and you click that and you set up a strategy, which is not here right now, where you can actually test it to see what kind of results you will get during the current market conditions with that strategy that you implement into the bot. That's coming soon, but we have a simulator. Okay, a simulator is where you come in here and you can set up a simulator to go back 9 months of what Bitcoin would have done using your strategy. Okay, which is pretty powerful. Where you can come in here and you can see what the market's doing currently. And if you can remember, if you're familiar with Bitcoin and familiar with the markets, to go back and say, hey, wow, the time right now reminds me of back in February and March when Bitcoin was going really good. Then all of a sudden took a dive and all the altcoins were diving. So you can test it out going back 9 months with the simulation mode that we have to back test. Now, how does this work? Basically, guys, you come in here and you choose the dates, okay? You must choose at least 15 to 30 coins, all right, of a maximum stretch of 9 months for the simulation, okay? So, for example, if I come in here and I'm going to be like, all right, the market's kind of shitty right now. Bitcoin's going up, but the altcoins are lagging behind. Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down. It's kind of tough for altcoins right now. And I kind of remember what was going on back in, I'd say February to March. Okay, so I put in here a date that I want to back test. Okay, if I go back, you can go back to whenever. You know what I mean? You can go back to up to 9 months. You can go back to for the stretch. Okay, so for example, you want to just select, let's just say February 1st to, let's just say February to April 1st. Okay, you name your robot. Now this is just a practice. The simulator is not using your real money. All right, this is just putting together the perimeters, which I'm going to break down for you guys so you can back test to see what the bot would have done in that current market in the past. Okay, and paper trading, the demo trading is soon going to be available where we'll be able to actually do a demo paper trading for the current market conditions. And then once we see the results we're going to be getting from the strategy that we implement and input into the bot, we can just click a button and go live, which is very, very powerful as well. So you name the bot. Let me just name this live Zoom test. Live Zoom test. Select. You have to still select your exchange here with your API key, but it's not using any money. All right. You must choose at least 15 to 30 coins. All right. And from what I've been seeing, the lesser the coins, the better the results are coming back with the perimeters, with the drop percentages and the bounce percentages. Okay. Now, guys, I had no clue what the hell that even was when they first shared this with me. And I was like, what is this? I never once even knew how to figure out a drop percentage and, so it took me a little while to catch on to it, which I'm still learning it. All right. But I kind of have it figured out, and it's going to be so huge, guys. And it's going to take a little longer. Okay. Because now with the HPSI Pro is kind of a set it and forget it. Okay. Because we're going to tell it exactly what we want, what we're looking for. Okay. In specific coins that we tell it to look for. All right. So when you choose the 15 to 30 coins, I like to choose my own coins. Okay. Up to at least 17 coins. Write that down. 17 coins. This is from what I've been seeing from just back testing on decent results. Okay. So how do I figure these coins out? Which you can choose your own coins. The dates that you pick, if you can remember, or if you have no clue how to even, or if you even don't even want to learn how to do this, you'll be able to pick the company corporate strategy for when it comes to the HPSI ProBot. That's the great thing about this. But it's also exciting as well, where you can also start to learn how to read the charts and learn what the percentages are and how to read the coins, right? So it's kind of putting in our university, right? Our CWE University Academy, where now we can start to for the new people that want to learn, we can, now we can share with them and back test and paper trade up to different strategies where they can go on and look at TradingView and look at the bot and see what the strategies that we implemented into the bot compared to what it's doing with that current market in TradingView as we look at the charts as well. So when I come in here, I go back and I look for February. So Bitcoin started to tank. Okay. And so did the altcoins back then. So what I did is I went in here and I just chose 17 coins of the, basically you can choose the 15 that the company recommends. Okay. This is the same thing as the HPSI Pro, where the company recommends 15 coins. All right. So I can recall these coins from the dates I want to go back and back test. Okay. But I add a few more in here. So I'm going to add, this is just a demo, guys. I'm going to add EOS, ONT, RLC. And I'm going to add one more, which is, let's see here, ZIL. Okay. So I just added a few to the 15. All right. I'm going to come down here. Now it's going to say enter your investment in Bitcoin into this bot. Now, the minimum investment, let me see we have 2 questions in here. Can we make more than one simulation? You can make as many simulations as you want. Absolutely.
Hey, Justin, don't worry about the questions right now, bro.
Okay.
All right. We'll get those questions after.
Yeah. So the minimum investment is 0.05. All right. Which is around $400 of where the price of Bitcoin was as of yesterday, around 8,100. It was around $400, give or take a little bit. So that's the minimum investment. So let me just go ahead and put the minimum in here. 0.05. I'm going to click next. All right. So now here's where it gets interesting. All right. So it's going to ask you, the robot will wait for a drop in the market. Okay. You will need to define how low the price needs to go by choosing a percentage. We call this the drop percentage. All right. Which is great, guys, because now you can start, if you really want to. Okay. Now, if you're new and you don't really want to learn how to trade, that's fine. You don't have to worry about all this stuff. You can just go in and choose the company's strategy by a click of a button. But for you that want to learn this, which is pretty interesting and pretty neat, because it's challenging to figure out the right percentages to get a right, return on what the back testing was doing. Okay. So we call this the drop percentage. Okay. Now, what does this mean? Okay. Well, we have it all broken down for us. Okay. If we go to CWE tutorials, okay. And it's in here under, where is it at? Oh, I called myself a liar here. All right.
Just scroll down. Scroll down on that, same page.
Yeah. So if you go in here to live, in HPSI Pro, over here you'll see it at the top right-hand tutorial of this section. All right. There it is. Okay. So now I got to go back and start another one up. Well, I'm not going to start another one up. So I'm going to. Let me just pull this one up. Okay, so let's see. I hate how it goes off of that. Let me just add a new simulator. Let me just pull this up again, guys. My bad. February 1st to February. April 1st, I think it was. Okay. All right. So what does this mean for the drop percentage? You insert the drop percentage. Well, over here in tutorials, okay, it explains it in great detail of what that means. Okay. Now, if we go down to stage 1, okay, now we get up here, it talks about the strategies. The user can choose to create their own strategy or to use a strategy recommended by CWE algorithms. In order to activate the strategy, the user will need to select 5 values. Okay, the coins to use with the strategy, the drop percentage, the activated coins, recovered coins, and the BTC investment. All right, so below it's showing us a detailed explanation of how exactly to implement the strategy with examples. All right, so we offer the simulation service that you can see how your configurations would have worked in the past to give you a good idea of how to configure the software for the maximum gains. Okay, so stage 1, waiting for the drop. Okay, I'm not sure if someone drew on that or if that was there. I'm not sure. All right, so waiting for the drop. The strategy begins at this point. The robot will check the current price of the coins that we selected. Okay, I selected 18 coins, so it's gonna, the robot will check the current price of the coins that we selected and will compare the current price to the highest price that the coin has reached in the past 24 hours and also its all-time high. All right, so during this stage, the inputted values of this strategy can be edited during the simulation. So selected coins and also the drop percentage, recovered coins percentages, etc. We can also adjust that as we're running the backtest simulation. All right, so what does the drop mean? All right, so right here you can see it's showing you Litecoin. All right, so the 24-hour, let me blow this up a little bit. So the 24-hour high point is right here. Okay, so Bitcoin price, you know, it's just giving you an example, which is around, just say 500. Okay, 300, 450, in between 450 and 6 is around, I don't know, 425 or 475, you know, somewhere in there, 500. All right, so the 24 high point, the 24-hour high point, all right, and then it's showing you the drop percentage line. Okay, so the drop percentage, for an example, is 5%. Okay, so you can see here what this means when it says it's waiting for the drop. So the coins that we pick, it's going to wait for it to drop, right? We don't want to have the bot buy on a high or on a rally, right? We want it to buy in a dip. So the coins that you select, the bot is going to wait till it drops below the drop percentage line of what you tell it and what you set your drop percentage to be. All right, so this may sound difficult, guys, but I'm telling you, it's really not once you start playing around with it and really, you know, coming back to this here to refresh your memory of how and what the drop percentages is and all of each stage and strategy. All right, so now let's go down here to stage 2. So this is showing us the drop percentage. Okay, now stage 2, waiting for recovery. All right, you will have selected a drop percentage figure. We recommend no higher than 10%, as it is rare to have many coins drop such a percentage in 24 hours. So when you're entering in the drop percentage, guys, you know, you don't want it to be higher than 10% because, you know, it's very rare that coins are going to have that much of a drop within a 24-hour period of more than 10%. Okay, so that is very key right there when you're implementing and practicing and setting your percentages for the drop. Okay, so now when a coin drops below the drop percentage line, which you can see right here, okay, it will become active. You will have also selected an activated coins percentage. We recommend no more than 70% to ensure the system carries out the strategy. Okay, and I'm going to break that down. So let's go back here to the bot. Okay, so for example, I'm going to choose right here. I'm going to choose. So in a 24-hour period of time, the instructions are telling me, and right as I'm thinking about it, we don't want to have something over 10% because it's very rare that the coins are going to drop more than 10% in a 24-hour period of time. So I'm going to put 5%. Okay. Now, step number 2, you will then need to select the percentage of activated coins. Okay, this defines the percentage of your chosen coins that need to reach the level of a bounce percentage before both triggers are activated. Okay, the coins that are left are your active coins. So let's go back here. Okay, and here's where stage 2 is. Okay. So you will have also selected an activated coins percentage. We recommend no more than 70%. So you'll be able to test it and to see what percentages that you are comfortable with of the results it gives you back of what the testing and back testing would have been in that particular market and those particular coins. Okay. So for example, if you have selected 30 coins for your strategy, a drop percentage of 10%, and activated coins percentages of 50. You will need at least 15 coins to have dropped 10% from their 24-hour high for the strategy to reach the next stage, like to reach the next step. So you see how powerful this bot is, guys. So we're telling it to wait for the drop. When it hits that drop, now it's going to go in stage 2 and wait for the coins to be activated when it hits that current percentage for the drop percentage. Okay. So for example, if you have selected 30 coins for your strategy, a drop percentage of 10%, which is box number 1, which I put 5, an activated coins percentage of 50%. So it's giving you an example. If you choose 10 in the first box, 50% in the second box, you will need at least 15 coins to have dropped 10% from their 24-hour high for the strategy to continue to go to the next step in the process in the stage. Okay, if a coin price goes back above the drop percentage line, the coin will no longer be active, and the software will wait until the 50% target is achieved before it goes to the third and final stage. Guys, this is, when you guys learn this, it's literally game over, okay? Especially when it comes out for paper trading, where we can do it in the current market. So right now we can take the time and create as many simulators as we want, edit them to see what kind of return we're gonna get off of that strategy. Okay, so let's look at the example. All right, so right here, the 24-hour high point. All right, down here is the bounce percentage line, the bottom, which is down here around, let's say around 100. Okay, 0, 150, 3, 450, 600. So say here around 100. All right, so here it's crossing, there's an X. Okay, so this means that the bounce percentage line is right here. Okay, so this means the coin came down below the bottom of that bounce percentage line and shot above it. Okay, so what happens now? Right here it says it. If a coin goes back above the drop percentage line, the coin will no longer be active and the software will wait until the 50% target is reached before going to stage 3. So if it shoots back above this bounce percentage line, the bot's going to hold that coin and wait until it comes back under the 50% target that you said in the example that they're sharing with us here. Okay, so whether it's a bear market or a bull market, okay, we're programming it to do exactly what we're telling it to do, right? So it can be on a bull market where we can put these strategies in and it's going to be popping like popcorn, or it's a bear market, right? When Bitcoin tanks and the altcoins start, rallying, or Bitcoin shoots up and the altcoins follow with it, a little slower. We're telling this bot when to buy, okay, when it hits a certain percentage, guys. So it's going to maximize our gains, okay? Where we know 100% when we set our strategy up, we can walk away from this because we feel we're going to feel comfortable, because when the bot executes its trades with the HPSI Pro, when you go live with it, we're not going to sit there and think, oh man, the bot just went out and bought 30 coins, they're shit coins. Now I'm negative 30%. No, because we're telling it from our simulator and from when we go paper trading of how and what kind of results we should be expecting from what we're telling it to do. Does that make sense? Does everyone understand how powerful this is? Okay. So let's go to stage 3. All right. Let me just look at the questions quick. Scott, if anybody, yes. 1, 1, 1. I'm not sure what one. Drop a 1 if you're excited. Oh, awesome. Okay, so let's go to stage 3. All right, actively trading. The software will calculate as to whether the coin is in recovery by marking a bounce percentage line. Okay, once enough coins has moved above the bounce percentage line as dictated by the activated bounce percentage, all right, that the user has selected, that we have selected, the software will purchase all active coins as defined after stage 2. None of the inputted values can be edited at this point of the strategy, okay, which makes sense. You can't go in there and edit it when the bot is doing its thing. So when you go live with the HPSI Pro, you can't go in there and change it. This is why we have paper trading and we have the simulation, so we can get an idea of what our strategy, of what we practice with and demoed, of what it's going to look like when we actually turn the bot live, okay? So if we use an example from point 2, okay, 18 of our 30 coins became active by dropping below the drop percentage line, okay? So 18 of our 30 coins dropped below the drop percentage line, which is right here. Okay, 18 of our 30 dropped below this line, okay, and became active. The recovered coins percentage, they're telling us as an example, is 20%. So at least 20% of the 18 active coins that dropped below that dropped percentage line must be in recovery before the software purchases the coins. What does that mean? 20% of 18 is 3.6. Okay, 20% of 18 is 3.6. So in the example, 4 coins must be in recovery. All right. Once the activated bounce percentage is reached, all of the 18 coins that drop below the drop percentage line will be purchased by the bot with the BTC investment spread evenly through those coins of whatever you decide to invest into that bot. The robot can only allocate a maximum of 0.3 BTC to each coin in the strategy, which 0.3 is to each coin. Maximum is about, I'd say about $2,000. Okay, $1,800 to $2,300. If you're going off of, that's the max. Okay, in this strategy. The final stage of this strategy, guys, we'll see the software wait for a minimum of a 2.5% profit for each coin before it begins the selling process for each coin individually. Let me repeat that. The final stage of this strategy of what the HPSI Pro, all right, the software will wait for a minimum of a 2.5% profit for each coin before it begins the selling process for each coin individually. The software will attempt to sell each trade at the highest price possible. Guys, life-changing, huge, okay? Now, let's go back and run some tests. So now down here you can see, choose the company strategy. Let's go back here now. Waiting for recovery. So people might be wondering why it's taken so long. So after a significant number of coins have dropped significantly to become active, the robot will then update its status to waiting for recovery. This shows you that the robot is in the second stage of the strategy. If enough active coins raise in price, there is a chance the robot can return to phase 1. Okay, so please note, there is no specific time limit to this process. It may take days depending on market conditions. So if you guys are running one live right now or even simulation mode, it can take days because the market sucks right now. All right, which is okay because we know once these bots activate and execute these trades, we know what we're going to be getting back. It's kind of like a set it and just let the bot do its thing while you can go ahead and do your hybrid trades and you can go ahead and do your master platform or your HPSI bots, right? So this is something where you can, mess around with it. And once you lock it in and tune it in, guys, it's going to be insane. And you can create as many as you want of these bots, okay? Let's go down here to the final stage. Finally, the robot will reach the final stage of the strategy and will read actively. All right, it will read actively trading. Right here, it'll say actively trading. At this point, the robot has purchased a number of the coins from its original selection that you told it to select. You can check the status of each individual coin by checking details, and you will access the current performance. You can access and see what the current performance of each coin is currently doing at that time. If you press the close all transactions buttons, you will sell all of your trades back into Bitcoin and the strategy will end. All right. So here it's going to show you what I just kind of went through. All right. So here we're going to go back and do this. Boom, boom. And it just shows you waiting for recovery. And there we go. All right. So guys, use this tutorial just to go back and refresh it. I try to do the best I can to help you understand it. I kind of simplified it, and I think I broke it down pretty well. So let's go back here to the simulator. All right, so let's do what they were telling us to do as an example. All right, so let's do 10. Let's do 10, 50, and 20, okay? Now this is just the example that they gave me, or they're giving us in the tutorial of how they're explaining it, right? So let me show you where I got these numbers so you can understand and see where we're at. All right, so I got the right here, the 10%. Where are we at here with the 10%? Mm-hmm. Okay, now it's calling. Where the hell did I see the 10%?
Stage 2.
Stage 2. Okay, 10% right there. No higher than 10%. So I chose 10%. Okay. I got 50% right here. For example, if you selected 30 coins, a drop percentage of 10% and the activated coins percentage of 50. So over here, the activated coins percentage, I put 50. Okay. And then the last one, which is 3, is right here. The recovered coins percentage is 20%. All right. So I just chose right here the active bounce, the active bounce percentage, which is, yeah, right here. So I'm going off of it at the 20%. I'm taking that example as they're giving us. Okay. So now once you do that and mess around with this, guys, and get back what you want, it's going to be exciting. Now, remember, this is just a simulation. I'm going to click on save and run. All right. Now you can see I'm getting 70%, 70.52% off of different strategies. All right. So let's go down here to live Zoom test. So I only got 4.51% back. Okay. Now, for me, that's not good. I want to get 100% or even more. Okay. So I can go ahead and tweak that a little bit. So how can you tweak that? Is just come back in here. All right, so this is all what simulation mode is. You just go in here and tweak these numbers, and it's going to give you back here of what you would have earned in that time of that you selected of those dates with the coins that you selected, and this is what you would have earned during that time period in Bitcoin. All right, so if you click on details, okay, you'll be able to see what coins it bought, okay, and the final profit. So it's going to show you the actual profit on these days, okay? And if you click on detail, it shows you the coins, okay? ADA on February 2nd, 2018 at this time, right? The buy price, the sell price, final profit 3.30 with the final Bitcoin profit. So you can go back in here and see, you know, there's a negative here, right? But it's not a high percentage, only 4.51% green, which is good, right? But for myself, I like more. So you can go back in here and see what the bot would have bought in those particular days of using the strategy of the coins that followed stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 using the drop percentages. Does that make sense? So you can see out of all the coins I selected, so it only got ADA, Binance, Bitcoin Gold, Ethereum, Gas, IOTA. Like EOS is not even in here. Okay, I don't even think EOS was even launched back then. So you know, so it was just a waste of me putting it in there. So it's not gonna. It's just gonna overlook that coin. All right, but it's gonna get the coins that hit those four stages. All right, and it's gonna show you the results. Okay, which is huge. Let's see history here. There's nothing there for that. Okay, so let's go back here. And now say you want to tweak that. You want to get this up to 70%, 100%. Just come in here to settings and mess around with it. Let's do my original. Let's do 5. Let's do 5, 20, and let's just say 15. 5, 50, 15. Let's hit save and just recalculate. Would have got me negative. So you can go ahead and figure out now, for example, with the back testing, you know, is a little bit more challenging because you can go back and see which coins were doing well back then. If you go back in the charts and things like that, if you're familiar with the charts, but when it comes to paper trading, all right, when that's live, we're going to be able to take the current market, I think, don't quote me on that, but I think that's what the paper trading is, where we can take what's happening right now in the market by using our drop percentages and our strategies here of what the bot will do. And once we get the percentages we want, all right, we're going to be able to just come over here and click send to HPSI Pro Live. And boom, it's going to take that strategy right into live mode, like I did with this one right here. All right. So this one right here, which is 70.52%, okay, off of, I did some crazy numbers here, but I just was messing around. I like to practice and test everything up. So I went live here with this. All right, so if I click on live, you're going to see this right here. Now it's taken some time. You know, it's still waiting for the drop. You know, if I click on this refresh button, it's still going to say it's just waiting. So it's just waiting for those, you know, stages to occur. So I don't have to sit here and stare at this. I know once it'll surprise me one day, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week when I come in here and I see, oh, damn, you know, this is pretty good, right? It's going to show me what I've earned so far. You know, Tamaz have shown me, you know, what he's working with right now. And he actually had 2 live go live. And I think within 3 days, within 2 or 3 days, both of his live HPSI pros, one was profited, I think it was 480, and one was 360. Okay, in just 3 days' time, once the bot goes in and creates those strategies, which is huge, guys. All right. So, you can mess around with this and, let's just do, for example, you drop it to 3%, you take this to 30, and then you want to take this to 50. You know what I mean? And let's save that and just recalculate. So you can mess around with it, or you can go back and see, minus 11%. So we're getting worse, right? So let's do, I'm going to put the same strategy in I have for the 70%, 20, 20, 80. Let me just see, 20, 20, 80. Save. Now these are different dates. This is for different dates than this one. Let's see what kind of percentage we'll get. 7%. So you can see it all goes by the dates of what the coins were doing at that particular date, because we're back testing. You know what I mean? So it's something that you can go ahead and mess around with and practice up. But I'm telling you guys, once you lock this in, this bot is powerful itself. I'm excited for the master platform. This here's awesome. It's going to be like a kind of like a surprising bot where, you go in there and you're like, oh, damn, dude, this bot didn't, execute any trades yet. But then the next day you log in there and you're like, oh my God, I got $200 profit. You know what I mean? So it's going to be one of those bots, which is going to be cool, where you don't have to really babysit it. Okay. Because once you figure out when paper trading goes live and using these strategies with the current market conditions, you can just click go live and then bam, it's going to happen. So everybody understand this bot of how powerful this is so far. Any questions on this bot before I go to the master platform? Let's see here. Yes. What percentage did you select in stage 2? It's clear for me. This is very smart. Very smart. I never seen, guys, I built my own bot. I've seen a lot of bots, and I've never seen a strategy like this. And a bot programmed to be as smart as this bot is programmed to go ahead and execute these things. I've never seen it, never. And I know there's some people on here that, use the, trade different bots and stuff like that. Guys, there is not a bot out there that and as smart as this right now. These guys really knocked it out of the ballpark here. So what happens, Liz says, what happens if any of the coins never reach the recovery of 2.5%? I assume this is the reason why one must always choose high volume coins. Try 9, 80, and 30. Oh my God. So Liz, what did you mean? Oh my God, I'm not sure. Let's try 9, 80, and 30. 9, 80, 30. Save. $5.82. Right? So, I mean, you can change the dates. I'm excited about the returns to Moscow. Yeah. Everyone's excited about returns. Absolutely. And that's the cool thing about this, where people don't, want to do. I think this is fun, going in here and just, trying to figure out what the percentages are, what this is doing, what that's doing at that time. You know what I mean? So, for example, if I go in here and I go to the coins, let me just show you this really quick. All right, so I can take the EOS out of here. All right, let me just go in here real quick, and I can do details. Where can I change my dates? Can I change my date? Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to more recent. Let's go to May 25th to today, the 31st. And now let's try 9, 80, and 30. With the selected perimeters, a strategy could not execute. Okay, so let's go back here and just let's let's do 5, 20, and 60. That's a good one, right? 20, 20, 60. Not supposed to go over 10, but I did. That's probably why. Let's do 10. Let's do 10, 20, 80, then we'll go into the next spot. You know, this is cool, guys, once you figure out of how this works. Let's do 10, 20. Let's do 99. Last time. I got one time, but I forget the dates, guys, was 275%. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out those dates of the coin. But it doesn't matter. It's back testing on that. So 240. All right, last one, then we'll head over to the master platform, guys, is also powerful. Master platform is kind of for, you know, traders. I'm not worried about this. Then it gets aggravating, right? But you can mess around with it. But the cool thing about paper trading, I'm actually going to find out. I think he messaged me back. I'm going to see when that is going live. Let me see. Let me just ask him really quick. Okay, the programmers messaged me. We fixed the issue with the platform perimeter. All right. So let's go over here. Everybody cool with this? You know, we mess around with it. Okay. Let's see. All right. So let's go over here to the master platform. All right. Paper trading. All right. Paper trading is right here where you're going to see, you'll be able to see the actual, what it's earning at that time. And now paper trading, this is all practice money, right? If you click on total profit, $2.17 is actually going to show you what it is, negative 700. If I click on refresh, let's see where this is at. Oh, wow, it's coming down. So this spot here is I chose the corporate indicators, the default indicators, which I personally don't use to trade on my own. All right, so that's why it's cool that I sent my personal indicators and strategy to the programmers where I'm going to have access to my own in my back office, where I think we're all going to be able to create our own strategy with the master platform. And it's going with the data, the dashboard is going to show what our strategy that we're using, that the software records. And then that's where people are going to be able to see the leaderboard, right? Where, hey, you know, Brett, you know, Petrus is at the top of the leaderboard. His earning, you know, this week he earned 20% profit off of his strategy. So if I'm new and don't know what a strategy is, I'm just going to click on follow Brett. Okay. And now when I click follow Brett, the software and is going to automatically connect his strategy of what he's currently using to get that percentages into my master bot, my master platform, which is cool. Right. And you can go ahead and choose different followers. I think you can choose as many followers as you want, you know, but of course you want to be able to just follow the ones that are, you know, doing well. Right. So if I have my strategy in there where, you know, I'm banking $100 a day, you know, and you guys clicked follow Justin. So everybody that's going to click follow me is going to get my strategy into their bot. Now people are saying, well, is that going to move the market? Is that going to have any? No, it's not, because it's going to be different buy times, and what I'm investing into my bot is going to be a lot different than what you're investing into the bot. So it has no effect on that whatsoever. All right, so let's go in here to simulation is coming soon. So it's kind of the opposite. For HPSI Pro has simulation, no paper trading, and this one has paper trading and no simulation. So let's go start a strategy. All right, nickname is live Zoom test. All right, Binance. All right, so here, I'm really not sure yet of how I want to, work it. So that's why I'm just messing around with, I'm going to select all of the cryptocurrencies in the exchange, because the way Bitcoin is right now, a lot of the no-name coins are the ones that are moving. Okay, so for me right now to test in this current market condition, I'm going to choose all the coins. Here you're going to be able to select minimum days since the coin was added to the exchange. Okay, so this is allowing us to choose how many days that we want. So the coin has to be on the exchange for a minimum of at least 30 days. All right, so minimum days since the coin was added. So 30 days ago, if you want coins that just were added to the exchange 30 days ago, select 30, 60, 90, or 180. All right, if you're not into the ICO, kind of the new ICOs getting added to the exchange where they pump and dump and then they tank, you can choose 180 days. All right, for me, I'm going to choose 60. All right, you select this box, minimum trading volume in Bitcoin the last 24 hours. All right, so I'm going to put in here, so the minimum trading volume in Bitcoin in the last 24 hours, which I'm going to put 50. Okay, actually, I'm going to put 90. All right, now I selected all the coins in the exchange. Okay, now it's going to ask me enter a maximum investment that I want to invest into this robot. So the maximum, I'm going to just put 0.1, say 0.1, okay, which is just under $1,000. All right, investment for each coin, the minimum is 0.005, which is around, I don't know, $50. I'll do 0.005. I'll do the minimum. I click on next. Now here, guys, is where the master bot platform is kind of for people that know the indicators, or if you're new and want to learn the indicators, right? So the first strategy here is the RSI 14 close on a 1-hour chart. These default indicators is based on a 1-hour time frame, which is more conservative, right? Traders like, myself, I like to use a faster, time frame of a 5-minute when I do personal trading, but the company just has the 1 hour in there for people that are wanting to learn and really get to know how the indicators work when it comes to trading. All right, so you come in here if you're new and you don't know what an RSI 14 close 1 hour means. No big deal. All right, all you do is click this blue icon. It's going to tell you exactly what this indicator does. All right, the RSI is a momentum indicator that measures the magnitude of the recent price changes, blah, blah, blah. It shows you the actual indicator here. And it even gives you an example of what you should use if, it gives you examples right here of what type of strategy you want this indicator to go ahead and buy the coin. So for example, most traders combine this indicator with others. See examples below. An RSI equal to or less than or equal to 30 in MACD crossover. You can select that. You can use it with the Williams percentage R, which is greater than -80. Okay? All this stuff here, it gives you examples. Okay? So overbought is what I like to to use when it comes to an RSI. And what does that mean? Is when a coin is overbought, means it's at the bottom. So you can see the red box here as it explains the red range is oversold. I'm sorry, oversold. Okay, is oversold, is in the red range. Okay, so this is telling me, okay, for an example, I want to use this right here, these perimeters with 30. Okay, now if it's overbought, it's going to be up out of the top here. Okay, so if a coin really gets on a rally, you're going to see it being overbought and it's going to, kind of shoot up. Okay, so that's just totally, I like to buy at the bottom. So my strategy for this indicator would be that I would choose the oversold in the red range. All right, but if I want to use it with a different examples, you can see that, okay, if I want to use the RSI with the MACD crossover, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this example right here. So the 30 and the MACD crossover. So let's go over here. Select this. So let's do this with 30. All right, and I'm going to use the MACD, and I'm going to select the crossover. Okay, you want to test this out, paper trading, and this is what's so powerful about this bot. Okay, because when you select the indicators of the conditions of we're telling the bot when to buy. Okay, so I would recommend to at least use 2 indicators. I would not recommend to use all of the indicators, okay? Or you're never going to buy, the bot's never going to buy a coin. The reason for that is because when you set up, when I have these 2 indicators set and one indicator, the trigger's met and it's, that indicator is executed, the bot won't not buy that coin until both of your indicators are met. So it's more secure for us, right? So instead of us just choosing one indicator and the bot's going crazy and buys 100 coins because it hit this indicator off of every single coin in the exchange, right? So the more indicators that you have set here, and I'm saying that, 2 to 3, is perfect to have a bot really go ahead and execute a trade because all 3 of those indicators have been met. It's you feel comfortable now because it's the bot's not just buying every Larry, Moe, and Curly bot. It's actually buying the bot. It's actually buying when these indicators that you have told the bot to go ahead and execute at that particular time, which is powerful. So I'm going to choose these 2 indicators, but you can see here, there's a 50-21 crossover. If you don't know what that is, you click on it. It explains everything for you, gives you examples of what goes with it. Super, super powerful, guys. Super powerful. All right, so I'm going to choose these 2 strategies right here. I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Run. All right, so now this bot is now in effect. Give it some time, and we'll see what happens. Okay, but let me go up to this bot here. Okay, I started this bot a little bit earlier today. Let me click on details here. All right, let me just refresh this one more time. 678. So even though it's showing me negative, let me just click on details. All right. I have a 15% stop loss in here. I told them this is paper trade, guys. Okay. So a total investment is 1 Bitcoin and the investment per coin is 0.05. So far the bot completed 25 trades. Okay. So now that's telling me that the bot either closed out in a stop loss or it closed out in a profit. All right, I closed out 3 of them myself, and there's still 33 pending orders. So let's see where we're at. This one here looks like it's about to go green. It's at 0. This one here stopped it at 8.5%. I had my stop profit at 8%, so I gave it a little more room, and I put 15 in there because I seen a lot were closing out at 8.5. All right, so you can see here, guys. Check this out. You can see here, look at this one is at 2.56 and it's still pending. All right. So if I want to, I can click sell now if I want. Okay. Or I'm just going to let the bot do its thing. All right. You can see here that 1.5, 913 closed. These are some are just turning green. They're not really deep red. Okay. And this bot, I started up, I think it was earlier this afternoon. Okay. So let's go through the pages here. There's 4 pages. Let's go here. See, so this is why this could have been my fault. I had this set at 8 or 9% stop loss. So I wanted to give it more room. So I moved it to 15 because you can see it was closing out, and I'm okay with the negative, 9% because I feel like I seen the coins always bounce back, so I kind of screwed myself here and set it at a lower, this is just paper trading. I didn't lose any money, of course. This is just practice. But you can see this one's green. This one's about to go green. This one turned green, right? So you can see that it's doing well. This one's green. Closing green. This one here, this was in green, right? So it's not bad. These are ready to do well. Let's go to page 4, right? 3.6. So why don't you see any coins up here? This is a strategy that I've learned from the old HPSI bots. All right. When my coins have executed. Okay, let's go back here to paper trading. Let's go to live Zoom test. Let's go in here to details. All right, come in here. There's still nothing happening. So just picture these coins in my other bot that I just was sharing with you. Once my, how do I explain this? Once this bar set 100%, okay, that, the bot went out and executed 100% of the statistics, I come up here and I delete every single coin out of here. Okay, the reason why I do that is because I don't want the bot to keep on buying, okay, because the coins that I put in there are the coins that I select to go in there, or, even if it's just a 15 recommended coins, the market always changes, okay? So in order to be safe, okay, I delete all the coins out of here. Okay, once this says it's 100%. So this bot here has 33 trades left. Okay, once these 33 pending orders are filled or are completed in green, hopefully, right? I can come back in there and I can fire up another bot. But I don't want this bot to keep on trading and trading. This is my preference. You can do whatever you want. Okay, but the reason why I do that is because it's smart, I think, and I believe from my experience with it, is that, hey, I'm in no rush. I don't want it to sprint, especially the way the market, how crazy it is. I'll be happy with 50-some green completed orders, okay? I don't want the bot to keep buying and buying and buying. So once these are completed, all done, all wrapped up, I'll go fire up another bot and go in there and reevaluate of the market and see, all right, I'll just choose the 15 recommended coins, that way. So that way you don't get stuck by you starting off and executing, 5 different bots with your strategies, and that the bot's going to continue to buy. Once they complete, money opens up, it's going to continue to buy. So now you have all your Bitcoin wrapped up in 3 bots, and now you're sitting there waiting, and you get a recommendation for a hybrid, and your bot and your money is all tied up. This is just my preference. I do it this way for a reason. You can do it differently. I'm not telling you what to do, but I do it like this for a reason. So once this bot and these trades are completed, I'll be happy to go fire up another bot and take my profits here. Does that make sense to you guys? So that's what I do. I do that for all of my HPSI bots. I don't like it to keep buying, especially with the market conditions. Now, if we're on a badass bull run, of course, I'll start up as many bots as I possibly can, because once that run gets going, guys, we know what these bots can do on a bull run. I know what they do on a bull run. It's going to be literally insane, where these are going to be popping like popcorn, right? But for when the market conditions are kind of crazy, this is doing pretty well in the market conditions. The altcoins aren't moving well, but it completed 25 orders, give some that are negative, which is my stupidity. But you can see that, this one here is green, right? So if I click on sell now, right? Bam. Sell now, right? So now you can go in here and you mess around. Here's 5.62% on link. You know what I mean? So these are about to go green. So if I refresh this one time, we'll see where we're at. One more time, real quick. 0.52, 0.65, 0.56, 0.96 closed out. Right, look at these ones here, 0.53, 0.24 green, 0.29. You know, guys, this is powerful in a market like this. We can agree on that. Like I said, I got some in here that I should have jacked up my profit, but you can see this one's green now. 0.15, that turned green. 0.46, pretty darn good. Let's go to the next. Boom, look at that. Completed, right? 1.17, 1.77. Boom. So you can see how when you have the indicators set and tuned in, all right? And this is where you're going to be able to, if you don't know the indicators, you'll be able to follow one of the traders and use our indicators and strategies. But it's a lot. So this is like trading, but on autopilot, right? Where I don't have to go to Trading View and see what's going on and try to figure out this or that, right? You set up your indicators in here and let it roll. You know what I mean? Very, very powerful when it comes to, you know, especially if you're a professional trader. I know how much time it saves myself from going in here. But the cool thing about this as well, all right, guys, is when you can come over here and go to Trading View. All right, check this out. Let's do this. If you come to Trading View, if you have a Trading View or Coinigy or whatever, right, and you go to the 1 hour chart, and let's go back here to the bot. So let's go back here to one of the trades. All right, so we got NEO is showing me it's a 0.24% green. So I know I'm using the RSI and I'm using the MACD crossover. So I can come in here and implement those indicators into the bot where you can see where the indicators hit, where it met, and how the bot bought the coin and where it bought and what position. So you can actually follow along with it as you put in the indicators here as you're using it, and when the bot buys, and you'll be able to see everything of what the actual bot's doing, like in live action mode, which is pretty powerful as well. I mean, I don't really use those indicators. I just use like 3 of them, my top-notch cross and my Bollinger Bands. But you can actually put in there the MACD and the RSI and just follow along with it and see and check it out, which is pretty powerful as well. So, any questions, guys? Any questions at all so far? Did you understand everything? I mean, there's going to be questions, of course. Here's one let's see what this bot's doing. Pending orders 5, 3 completed. Wow, look at this one. That's green at over 1%. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Look at this, guys. They're going to be all green. And I just started this bot just before I hopped on with you guys. And this is just the 15 coins, right? These are the 15 coins right here. I didn't even delete them. And I have an 8% stop loss. So here's a great example. I just chose the 15 recommended coins, total investment 0.1. This is all paper trade, demo trading, the minimum right here. You can see bam, bam, bam. Pretty cool. Right? So now, any questions for you guys to ask me? We'll open up the lines. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording right now. If I can. Let me stop sharing my screen. And let me just, I'll